Capo. It's so easy for us to get lost, right? Lost in love. I'm a grown man, I can tell you the truth. Hey Peter, I almost fell myself. When it get cold, it get cold. Something like Canada. I guess you can feel me on that one, right? You know.
Anytime, anything we can do to help you, you know we're here to support you. Paul, what do you have going on, my guy? What's coming up for you, broski, in the near future?
He's not gonna say nothing. He's like, don't you worry.
I have a lot of pieces coming up. I have a lot of pieces coming up for different places. I'm doing 2 pieces for the restaurant, or 3 pieces for the restaurant called Taps. It's going to be opening up in Mississauga, Meadowvale Town Center. I'm doing 2 murals for this amazing company called Trap Mart, and they're opening up on 700 Queen West, and they're going to be doing international snacks from all over the world. So they're going to
that's getting huge. That's getting huge, bro.
Yeah, and they have a really cool story, and I'm doing 2 murals for them starting next week. And then, yeah, just a bunch of little things here and there, but hopefully what I'm trying to line up is like, I'm trying to move away from commissions over the next year. Okay. And I want to work on my own pieces. And just like you said before, like time has to be paid for. So I'm trying to build my studio that I'm in right now, and have it be this kind of turnkey place where I can also teach other artists how to, like, you know, be a little bit more business minded, realize you can do it yourself. I'm never going to have my artwork in galleries. It's something that I've kind of, I'm trying to push a precedent for that, again, with the Nipsey Hussle kind of like mentality where you can do everything yourself. You just need to figure it out. And you need to stop taking money out of your own pocket and putting it into the hands of other people who may not have your best interests like you will. So I'm constantly trying to teach people things like that. But at the same time, I know that I have to, you know, prove the process. I have to set the precedent. So I'm trying to change the paradigm in this art scene a little bit in Toronto by just showing people that you can do it a different way and you can increase your value and you can do it on your own. So over the next year or so, I'm going to move away from commissions, start working on my own first solo show. I've never had a solo show in my whole life. So I'm going to work on my own pieces, get that done, and then build out my gallery, my fabrication shop, my studio, and then just start pumping it out that way.
Yeah, man, I'm excited.
Where is your studio, Paul?
It's South Etobicoke, so it's like Horner and Kipling area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. I can't wait to see the amazing
getting there.
Yeah, congratulations on the studio, dude. That's huge.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. So really, congratulations. And again, we're here to support you with everything that you do. Yeah, anytime I see anything that you're doing, I want to try and support it. So
some artist studio, you know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what's up. And Dylan, my guy, I know you got a bag of stuff. You have so much stuff going on all the time, no matter what. So please tell us what can we expect coming from you, my guy?
Well, I'm getting more and more interested in the digital space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
NFT world, yeah. But I have an idea, Paul. I didn't know. So you do digital stuff? You have capabilities.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
That's what I started in. So if you like, I'm actually going to be making my own NFTs as well. The first one's going to be off the piece that I did with Matt Barnes. So, you know about NFTs and like how they work and all that stuff, right? Ethereum, blockchain and whatnot. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating an NFT off of my time lapses. So I've been making time lapses of every piece that I've ever made for the last 10 years. And I'm going to be creating those as my NFTs because they give efficacy to the physical artwork. So digital artwork has always been, you know, reigning supreme so far with NFTs and stuff like that. But it's a lot of people think it's taking away from physical artwork, right?
It's not at all.
Yeah,
it's not at all. So what I'm trying to do is I've always found value in my time lapses because they show so many things. They show the process. They show where I was at a point in time. If you have a Picasso on the wall, it's 10 times more valuable having the video of Picasso making that painting. You know what I mean? So you can see the situation he was in, maybe the studio that he was building or the people that were around at the time. It gives you a bigger window into the artwork itself. And for any creative, we know that the art is in the process. It's not in the finished design, right? It is in the process.
They say art is never finished. It's just abandoned, right? But
Kobe always say the final score is not the game. The game is, you know, in the shots that were missed, the shots that were made, the blocks that were made. That's the game. Yeah. Right? The final score
right now,
which is the art we make.
It's literally, we're looking at it as like, oh shit, you're a bit late. No, this is the very
0.01% of artists are doing NFT.
This is the foundation, and it's not to worry. Don't rush and put out some out of character shit.
So,
you know what I mean?
Any artist who gets into crypto art in the next 2 to 3 years or 4 years is going to be on the beginning of all of this shit.
Yeah. No, exactly. And like I said, I put my stamp on shit, right? So people appreciate that because they're looking, there's a lot of NFT artists right now who are strictly NFT artists, and they're creating bots that are doing things. And that's cool. That's human evolution. And it's fucking amazing that we have the capability to do that. Like, humans aren't making every single individual fucking one. You know what I mean?
But just like everything else, we're going to flood the market with shit. And you got to be able to say what you think.
It's quality over quantity. It's like Alfred, you're a chef. Hear this out. Alfred, you're a chef. Sean, Madge, you know what I mean? You're a person, like, you're right there making your events fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? Sean, you're making this happen. Alfred, you're making this happen. You know what I'm saying? We're all here talking. Right now, we're talking about NFTs and stuff. There's minimal fucking people in the world who really understand what's happening, because the whole world is going into a virtual space. You know what I mean?
Still makes $10 billion in the third quarter of last year.
It's what, pardon me?
And it still made $10 billion in the third quarter of last year.
And that's what I'm saying. So people have the ability right now, and as true fucking artists, like, you know, our stuff, like Alfred, like, it's like this. It's our work is home cooked, you know, in a world of fast food. And what you're seeing with NFT right now is a lot of fast food. You know what I mean? 100%. There is some stuff that's valuable.
It's why we do this in the first place. I'm sure any one of us could have done any number of things for money, right? Yeah, we're all creative. We're all go-getters. We could have done many different things through our lives that would have given us money, right?
I feel though with the NFT thing.
That's not why we're doing what we do. We're doing it because we enjoy it and we put our name on it, and that's ours, and it's something different. You know how many people I could have made prints for and like just made a stupid amount of money? I didn't want to have my name tied to that shit. Right? I didn't want to reproduce it for people. I want to make my own shit.
For me, the NFT thing is really about the exclusivity of it. Like the thing that makes it valuable. And like, again, like what Paul was saying, like using the time-lapse pictures, that's an excellent
authenticity.
Each authenticity and exclusivity, because now I have that moment in time, and a million people look at the piece that he did, but I own, or I have this piece in time that he had when he was doing it. So I can see, Dylan, you being able to do a lot of stuff there as well, and I'd love to see how you branch out into that field.
Yeah, no, I got a few things going on with the digital space, and then also what I want to do too is, because I have had the itch to get back in doing some clothing, because I have a lot of artwork that I've accumulated right now. So I want to find a good way to put a few select pieces out, most likely for spring, with some cool artwork, you know?
I'm waiting to do my stuff too.
I desperately wanted that t-shirt that you had at the Pulp Fiction pop-up. That was like one of the main reasons I was going. Like, I wanted the food, but I actually wanted your exclusive, the exclusive t-shirt with all of those pieces on it. But yeah, that's cool that you want to get back into the clothing and stuff as well.
That's interesting too. I'm gonna be doing, when I finally launch this gallery, when it's all done and stuff like that, I'm gonna be doing my own clothing line as well. But not in the traditional sense where artists take, you know, their clothing and put it on stuff, and like, you know, you find the upper echelon of type like clothing that you want to, you know, the best quality stuff. I want to make utilitarian clothing. So like, I don't know if you noticed, I go through a lot of fucking overalls and like all that shit. So I want to make clothing for artists, right?
So like, listen, you got to talk to me. You got to talk to me, because One of my best friends I grew up with is Taylor, and
my buddy's got a pattern shop in Brampton too.
Perfect. And he started doing his own thing for a while, and he got picked up by a few guys who are like kind of big in the industry and stuff, and they're doing their thing, and they have him creating a workwear line. So it's like blank workwear, you know what I mean?
No, you
like
should come by my studio, man. Chop it up one day.
So you'll
come by my studio one day.
Like to take a look at that. Yeah, you'd like to take a look at it.
Can I come? I want to come to the studio.
Anybody, you guys are all welcome. You guys are all welcome. As long as Alfred brings the food, we're good.
Matt, you had something that you wanted to say? What were you?
It has really nothing to do with what we're really talking about, except for the NFT thing. We can put experiences on NFTs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm lost when it comes to an experience on NFTs. So if there's like somehow we can like make another like Zoom chat or chit chat about this, that would be really great, because if I'm gonna do an NFT, I'd like to bring experiences, because most of what we're seeing on NFTs are just a visual art.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really fun if we could throw in some more like experiences
100%.
to an NFT.
Well, I know musicians have been using NFTs. Like I saw Tory Lanez just recently did. He dropped.
Don't worry, Alfred. I got you set up here.
Great move.
Like $1 million in a minute. He sold 1 million copies of it.
Great move.
What did he sell? What did Tory Lanez sell? His music?
He sold his CD for $1 a piece as an NFT. It was only available as an NFT for $1. And he sold 1 million copies in 57 seconds.
Yeah,
it was a super
innovative. And he gets residual off of each one. Resale.
Yeah, and the best way to even people who don't understand NFTs, it's like, when's the last time you talk to someone who doesn't understand them? But it's like, when's the last time you bought your music? Okay, show me the CD.
Yeah.
Show me the physical piece of music that you bought. Right? You can't show me it.
No one does.
You're already buying NFTs. You just don't realize it. So
not only that, but I'll tell you the real value that I found.
Everything is going to become an NFT.
I'll tell you the real value that
in the next 5-10 years, NFTs are going to be ruining our world. Like meta universes, though, like Facebook is turning into a meta universe company.
That's what Second Life basically was.
It's giving people the event. It's making it available. Like, listen, everything you hear is you can do this from the comfort of your own home. You can do now. What the metaverse is doing is making it available to live life from the comfort of your own home. I'm dead serious.
That's exactly what Second Life was.
Exactly.
Serious.
Exactly, Paul. Exactly.
People want thrill. They want enjoyment, but number one thing, they want safety. And a lot of people, regardless of what's going on with the pandemic, are just kind of scared in general.
So I'll tell you this.
And it gives them the availability to be whoever the fuck they want to be.
I'll tell you this about NFTs. The reason that I found the value in them is because, I said that I didn't want to ever be in galleries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I decided that I didn't want to go that route because I didn't want to give up 50 to 70% of my profit to them. Right. The bigger galleries in the world, Gregorian, things like that, they take 70%.
I know. Okay? It's ridiculous.
Insane. So that's a stock market, right? They buy and sell artists and they treat them like commodities.
Exactly.
You're hot one day, you're not the next. And if they don't, if they have a roster of 20, 30 artists, you're on their back. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't know how prevalent you are in their shit. And now you're attuned to their schedule. So you're not really working for yourself. You're working for them. Right. So, and if you don't keep up to their standards or their timelines, they drop you.
Yeah.
Right. So I've never wanted to be a part of that society, that market, that whatever. I can do that shit myself. Right. I can stand on my own work all day long and sell it all day long. So when NFTs came around, there's two fundamental things that galleries give you that you can't get doing artwork yourself. First of all, they have a network. They have a Rolodex, right? They have their gallerists. They're people who have networks. Billionaires and multimillionaires have art buyers a lot of the time. They don't know jack shit about art. No. They have an art buyer who talks with like their stockbroker, basically. They talk with
an advisor. They have an advisor.
Those advisors have very personal relationships with the gallerists, right? This person's popping. This person's not. We're going to sell you this.
And dealing. That's
all day long.
Wheeling and dealing.
Right? That's how they make their fucking money, right?
They're hustling.
So for art, real estate for art.
So that's one thing that they come with. Now, most artists don't want to do that legwork. I have no problem doing that legwork, right? The other thing that galleries give you is provenance, right? And provenance is highly underrated. And most artists, when I say that, don't even know what provenance is, right? So provenance is the efficacy of the artwork itself. If you found a Picasso, a legitimate Picasso on the fucking street, and you can't prove how it got there, it's worth 1/10 of the value, right? You can get every identifier to verify that it's a Picasso. If you can't tell me how it got there,
availability to trace every fucking step listen, when somebody goes and rents a house
gives the
now,
value to artwork. So check this out. This cocaine.
Airbnb. Yeah, go ahead. You cut.
How much is this? Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
You cut. Continue. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
How much is this Coke can worth?
$1.
Half a cent?
Oh, the can? Can? Yeah. Half a cent. Yeah.
Now, if Justin Bieber drank out of this, how much is it worth now?
Exactly. It's creating value.
You know what I mean? That's provenance. That's the value of provenance, right? And that's what the blockchain does to the 10th degree. It gives efficacy to the artwork or to the NFT. Who owned this, right? Who had it before me? How much did it sell for? You can literally go on a very transparent website and look at any NFT, how much it's selling for. If you have one of 80 or one of 800 NFTs, you can look up in real time how much it's selling for right now, right? Yeah. And that's the value of it. That's never before been done, ever.
No, exactly. It's giving you the opportunity. It's literally transparent.
Giving you the real-time market value of anything that you're buying and selling.
It's complete transparency. So it's cutting out all the fucking middleman, because that's what every single thing has already been doing. That's why there's Airbnbs. People don't fucking book hotels, right?
That's why with
Airbnbs,
social media,
every single thing is becoming more personal. So the blockchain is your trail. It's your paper trail.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the items paper trail. Pardon me?
With the prevalence of social media, most people, even like Barnes and shit, they go directly to the artist. They don't need to go to the gallery. You go directly to the artist. You got an Instagram page? I hit you up. This is what I want. Right? Yeah. So why would you put somebody in between that? Exactly. Why would you put other people in between?
No, it's all peer to peer. The fucking, this thing, the phone, has literally brought everybody into one fucking world. What you don't realize, people say the metaverse is going to fuck shit up. We already live in the virtual world. Yeah. You live in a virtual world at least 3 hours a day. You're looking in your fucking phone. As soon as you tap into Instagram, you're like, oh, and you're scrolling.
Buy this.
Post something. Are you checking? But hold on. Are you checking in today? Or are you keeping it quiet today? Are you being humble? Are you showing up to high school in your fresh outfit? Or are you showing up to high school with your hoodie on, just playing it cool, and you're just there to get your work done? Or
are you building content? Are you putting it out? What are you showing? What are you saying?
But
what are you doing?
You are in that virtual world, and these kids are already growing up in whatever,
interacting with
humans adapt. Yep. They are so good with their fucking phones that they're already equipped to live in the virtual world, because when they play video games, they buy different outfits and skins to wear. So they know the value of a you know what I mean? Of a digital.
Just video editing. These kids are video editing better than a lot of the fucking people that I've known that have been doing it for 20 fucking years.
It's fucking amazing because of their ability. It's their second nature. They grow up.
They're just sponges. They learn everything. Right?
Absolutely. And the kids, like, the kids who put that to work are going to thrive
and move forward. That's why you and me, we do so many different kinds of mediums, because we know that we're adaptable over time, right? Somebody who marries themselves to a style or a thing, they're dead in the water. That's a niche. That's like maybe a trend for a few years. But if you're adaptable, if you're able to change everything about how you go about things, but it's still yours, you're gonna do this forever. I'm playing the long game. I want to do this shit till I'm 80 years old.
Yeah,
Right? I don't want to be able to, I don't want to fucking create
progress.
something dope and then die in 2 years, or like have it die in 10 years or whatever it is, and not be able to make
That's
bank
why
off
that's why the coyotes thrive. Like if you see a lot of coyotes around the city, around more and more dog attacks and this and that, coyotes are the most adaptable fucking mammal
situation.
that there is, right? They'll even adapt to breeding with wolves because they need to be larger in a certain area. When they're under attack, what they do is they breed.
Yep.
When wolves are under attack and they're at war, they don't breed because they want to keep it tight and they don't want puppies around to slow them down. Coyotes, they breed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like the most adaptable creature with nothing in your way is just going to continue going and going and going and going and going. And that's what the virtual world is. 100%. We're at the platform of the first fucking litter.
We're at the precipice of
That's
this.
what we got to do.
Like we're at the first litter.
Be adaptive.
You know what I mean?
Trying to be progressive and trying to evolve with what's going on around us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now we can all receive residuals off of something we never could before.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
John, we have to figure out how to get our NFTs, a virtual event NFTs. Like I understand NFTs for music. I understand it for visual art, but I don't understand it necessarily for experiences yet.
So I'll give you this one. I was in a clubhouse.
I feel like definitely
it's a different conversation though.
Right.
No. There's a guy who's already doing it. Check this out. So I was in a clubhouse meeting months ago, and this guy had created, I'm going to fuck this up. He created this token. Okay. So whenever you go to an event or you go to class even, or you register a time, it can give you a token. If you went to a football game, if you went to a certain area, they're going to have these places where you can create this time sensitive token, right? And then you can sell that, right? As an NFT. So it's basically an NFT. You make it for free. You go on their site, you create it. I'm at this event. I can show that I was here. They're going to have scanners, readers, or whatever, whenever they want to integrate it. I could have an art show and I could have one of these readers at the thing. As soon as you scan it, you get a token, and that's an NFT. And that NFT just says that you were at my art show. That's all it says. Yeah. You were there. Right. And these tokens are going to be valuable for everything. A teacher is going to have a reader where like you go to class and you scan it to prove that you were in class. You have an NFT that proves you were there, and you only get it when you're physically there.
So now
it's as simple as when you go to a sporting event and you buy your ticket online. You just take it and you scan your ticket.
So the guy who invented
that's
we
an
were
NFT.
In clubhouse with them, and we created a token of that clubhouse meeting, and we all got that token. So we can say that we talked to the fucking guy who was here, who started the shit. It's all that stuff.
There.
Right.
And I can sell that NFT if I really want to. Right? It's like baseball cards.
But it may add to your value as an individual in the metaverse, because I'm saying may, but what I'm saying is people are online stunning and pretending that they have shit right now, but they don't really have shit. Yeah. So what's going to happen is people who have valuable things, every valuable thing will have some sort of NFT. That email that you get that's a fucking receipt from your purchase from something big that you bought is going to be an NFT in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
So perfect example.
Not even in a sense. So it's going to show your like
that
what
people.
You have.
You know how people sold his painting, right? The first 5,000 hours, right?
Yeah. So that's why your idea is really fucking great, because he every day, boom, 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 13 years.
So this is what he did. So for the sale of that $69 million piece at the Christie's auction, right? Yeah. Or the Sotheby's auction, that was hosted in the metaverse. They gave out one of those tokens I'm talking about at that virtual event, right?
They sold that piece. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was a private event, so people could show up, and I don't think it was private; it was public. people could come into the metaverse and they could go to that auction, virtually sit there, and they would give out this token to say that you were there, right?
Yeah. I was there. It's an I was there stamp.
It's an I was there stamp. Now, if you make a private event and you say, I only want the people who are here to be a part of this and like prove that they were there, now I give them the token. That might validate you, give you social credit. That might give you all kinds of shit, right? Yeah. So it's like, were you really
I don't
there?
Mean the receipt is going to show what you bought, a little thing. What I'm saying is the digital things that you own that have value will be connected to your online personality. You know what I mean? So not only that, it's going to be like
all kinds of stuff. It's so crazy, man.
You know, it's no. It's
imagine a voting system. Imagine a voting system.
Unlimited.
Imagine a voting system that has no fraud. Everybody gets a vote. They all send it in as an
NFT. Clear as fuck. But that's what's happening with the world because the new generation said, fuck it. You know what I mean? Said, listen, we're not going to go to places and book hotels. We're going to go to a place and we're going to find someone who's renting out their fucking house and we're going to stay there. And then we're not going to go to Enterprise. We're going to fucking rent from Turo. And someone who's out of town and doesn't need their car, we're going to use their car. So everybody is becoming more of an individual, right?
And so, more efficient and autonomous.
It's absolutely. And more like...
that's why governments are shaking in their boots because eventually you're not going to need them.
It's a big fucking problem for governments right now. You know what I mean? They're not realizing.
Like it's that
whole they are realizing. They are realizing, and they don't know what to do.
Of course they are.
Because this is a fucking new thing. Yeah, and people are kind of scared of what they don't know and don't understand. That's why
we always talk
about this conversation is coming down to the wire to NFTs, because I think as artists in all of us, you know, we need to understand really what's happening with the world. Like this is a whole new fucking ball game. The world, this hasn't happened in century. Like
the things that never happened. It's never happened.
And the Jack's out of the box.
In general, not just NFTs. It's a digital. Remember the Industrial Revolution?
Yeah, this is the
digital. This out of the land.
No, this is literally a digital fucking revolution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Artists are going to win. Creatives are going to win in this situation.
Finally, creatives and content creators are going to win
because
that have
there's no middleman. Like you said, everything is peer to peer. I'm dealing with people directly. And that's what's going to open it up for a lot of people. People who need to be recognized, people who need to get paid properly are now finally going to be able to do so.
And it's kind of a funny flip too, if you think about it. Funny, kind of, sort of, not really. But if you look at all of the jobs that we were told as kids by our parents and things like that, be a doctor, be a lawyer, all these things, those are the easiest jobs to automate.
Well, that's the only thing. That's why I'm like I am. My dad.
All of the creative fields, right, and all of the labor fields are almost next to impossible to automate. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Try to get a robot to do a plumber's job. It's impossible.
Yeah, not gonna
right. They're creative fields that take understanding and skill. Robots we're going to replace doctors. They're going to replace distribution. They're going to replace everything that is mentally strenuous, right? Yeah. And takes a lot of learning to do, not creatively, but like technical ability. All that's going to be replaced by robots easily.
Buddy, they're printing 3D fucking houses. You know what that's going to do for the construction industry? They're building a 3D neighborhood.
There's a robot.
Right there's plans for a 3D neighborhood.
They have AI that can detect cancer cells in patients 1,000 times better than doctors can, because they can see versions of gray that normal human eyes can't see. Right?
My people, this is incredible. We have so much. I know this is conversations I could go on
forever. Yeah, forever. I'm like, let's just do another Zoom chat.
Yeah, we totally need to.
Just have a panel. Let's just get a space and get a panel.
Yeah. But I definitely want to, again, thank you guys so much.
Pleasure talking with all of you guys.
It was
Yeah, man.
incredible. Match of Adult Art Attack, Paul,
Alfred's just
some
high,
artist.
living his best life, listening to all this shit.
Yeah, yo, this is incredible. We've got some incredible footage this evening. Thank you. I can't wait to put this out. As soon as we get it edited and ready to put out, we're definitely going to link everybody and let you guys know so that you guys can share it as well. Again, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Definitely, if you want to stick around, you can. We're going to talk to next to our special guest vendor, Bebida Verde, who had our cannabis infused drinks this evening with our meal kits. So if you guys definitely want to stick around and talk, listen to that part, you can. But again, once again, thank you guys so much for joining us this evening.
Thank
it was
you.
a blessing.
Pleasure meeting all you guys and talking with all you guys.
Pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
I can't wait for all of us to get together in a room and smoke some slips. And
when this place is all built, I have you guys all over here.
Yo,
man.
Don't think about that, Paul, because I'm gonna come over for sure.
Oh, no problem. That's what this place is
gonna come for the bread pudding. She wants some of that bread pudding, Alfred. You better make sure you have that.
Yeah. I'll see you. When I get to work tomorrow, I'll check.
I'll call you on Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
Cheers, guys.
Yo, again,
guys.
guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Cannabis Friendsgiving, episode 9. Madge B, Paul, Dylan, much love. Thank you. Welcome to the fam. Thank you for being here. And we're going to be connecting again in the future. I know it. Absolutely.
You guys have a great night.
All right. Take it easy, guys. Thank you.
Blessings. All right. Yo, next up, what we want to do tonight, my man, Juice is in the building from Bebida Verde. We got to do our vendor spotlight for the evening. Are you in the building, my guy? Can you hear us? You might have to take yourself off of mute. I hope he's there.
I'm here. It's just a little noisy in my house. I gotta go somewhere where it's more quiet.
Okay, it's all good. All good. We'll try not to take too long.
It's messy as hell too. Hey, what's going on?
Here is the man. Yo, this is the man, Juice, the legend behind Bebida Verde, some of the most amazing infused beverages on the market right now. We are glad to have you be a part of this episode. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you for blessing our guests with some of these amazing drinks. I know that this has been a long journey on how you've created and gotten to this point of where you are, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what was some of kind of the inspirations behind creating Bebida Verde, and what's some of the things that you were trying to do with the brand?
You know, the funny thing is a lot of people don't know I'm not the one that originally created the first 5 flavors.
Okay.
I added the last 3, yeah. So it's a pretty long story. What a brethren of mine had created the first 5 flavors, and he brought them to me, and I was selling them to friends and family, and I realized that we had something on our hands here, and it got to the point where it just exploded, and he couldn't keep up with my orders.
That's amazing.
So he eventually just said, you know, dog, I'm going to show you how to do it. You pay me XYZ for, you know what I mean, the intel. And after that, I took it from there, and I rebranded the whole thing, changed the name, did the new labels, added 3 more flavors. Like the original 5 flavors is the mango, the pineapple, the black currant, the sorrel, and the ginger. Those are the original 5. And then I created the peach, the strawberry, and the blood orange and guava. And I got a new one coming at the end of this month.
Wait. Hold on. We're gonna go to spoil. Don't give any spoilers yet. We'll let you in a bit. I know you're excited. That's crazy though. So it was initially Bebida Verde, and then it switched to BV Nano.
It was initially Olaf and Sven.
What?
The original, listen, if you go back in the day to the very beginning of this juice, it was originally called Olaf and Sven. And one of my cousins had called me and said, yo, listen, my daughter looked in the fridge and said, oh, Olaf and Sven, that's my thing. And I was like, no, that can't work. We can't have kids. We can't have kids thinking that, because Olaf and Sven are two characters from the movie Frozen.
From Frozen. That's right.
My boy was like, how, oh, it's a Norwegian name or something like that. And he wanted to keep the whole Amsterdam feel to it. So the original name was Olaf and Sven, the original Amsterdam iced tea.
Ah, wow, that's crazy.
So if you look at the bottle now, it's still Bebida Verde. The BV Nano thing was in order to promote our new nanotechnology, which is, we were originally using a distillate, but now we're using a water soluble distillate, which is a nano THC. So
that's what we're trying to do right there. Like, don't downplay that. That is incredible, switching from that to that, because the absorption in which the drinks affect you is so much better and so much faster. So I know that's a huge thing.
Yeah, it really does. I noticed a really, really big difference between the two of them, actually, when I was kind of trying out all the flavors.
Okay.
Yeah, so the nano breaks down into the bloodstream, whereas the distillate's got to be broken down in your stomach first because it's an oil base.
That's right.
So the nano breaks down into your bloodstream like alcohol, so it hits you faster. The problem is if I put too much is going to hit you too quickly. So it's a balancing act that I have to do, right? So now what I did when I first went to BC just a few weeks ago, I started doing the full spectrum and adding a shot of nano, because the full spectrum is taking about 35 minutes to kick in, 35, 40 minutes to kick in. And nano will kick in 10 to 15 minutes. You can put a clock to it. It kicks in fast. So what I wanted to do was get a drink that would kick in fast. And then after the nano would start to come down, the RSO would kick in, and the RSO is going to take you for 5-6 hours.
So you were layering it. That's it. That's big. That's wicked.
Yeah. So the next idea is to try and get a nano RSO and see how that works. Right. So once we get the nano as RSO, we'll do some testing. We'll, give it to our mad heads and see what the vibe is. Does it kick in faster and last longer? You know what I mean? Because obviously we want the longevity. The nano is awesome because it's immediate. So it's really good for patients. If somebody needs an immediate shot of CBD, they can drink a mango CBD and they're immediately going to get pain relief. Right? Yeah. Same thing with the high. The issue is the longevity. But adding more nano doesn't create longevity. It creates more impact very quickly. And it could be too intense for some people. Yeah. We got to be very careful.
That's super, super interesting. So yeah, I mean, that's also, again, kind of what I just want to go into next. So just about some of the different products. We kind of touched about it, the original 5 flavors, which are super dope. I've always liked the original 5. My favorite out of the original 5 was the, what was it? It was the blood
ginger, sorrel, mango, pineapple, and black currant.
Right. It was the mango. The mango one, that one was always my banger for me. That was always my go-to. But again, now you've come out with those 3 flavors that you have created, and I'm super anxious to try the blood orange and the guava.
Yeah, blood orange and guava. You better get one out of that box, boy. I hope you can give blood orange, man.
I'm excited. I'm gonna make sure I get mine. I get mine. So that's amazing. And again, not only do you have all of these incredible flavors, but you also have them at different dosages. So you have THC, or why don't you talk to us a little bit about some of the different dosages that you have?
So originally we only had THC, and then I started going to some markets in Durham. There was a market in Durham that I was going to, and then people started asking about CBD, and I'm like, CBD. Even at that time, I wasn't too keen on the CBD stuff. But then once I figured out you can get CBD distillate, it's game on. Right. If you give me distillate, I can turn it into juice. It's easy. Basic science, stuff we learned in high school. So then we added the CBD after that. And then a week, maybe 2 weeks later, a lady was asking, well, do you have any CBD THC mix? And I'm like, well, no. She's like, well, a 2-to-1 mix would be awesome. And that's where the original idea from the 2-to-1 mix came from, was from me being behind the table selling the juice and a lady asking for it.
Wow, from a suggestion. That's great.
And then I took it and rolled with it. Then you got the THC, and then you got the 2-to-1, which is 2 THC to 1 CBD, and then you got CBD. But then I was making the full spectrum because I introduced the full spectrum because so many people, I'm looking at my numbers, and so many people are ordering the 2-to-1. And I'm like, in the process of the 2-to-1, you're taking a crude oil, you're separating the cannabinoids, the THC and CBD, to make their individual isolates or distillates. And then I'm basically putting them back together to put them in the juice, which to me didn't make sense when I could use the whole plant, which has all the fats, all the lipids, all everything, all the benefits of the original plant. And it's all right there. It's TBD, CBD, THC, CBDN, CBDG, all of them, THCA, they're all there.
Right.
THC, right? So that's why.
Yeah, it's a longer process, right? You're kind of going backwards now.
Exactly. So that's why I just said, let me do a full spectrum. And then boom, the full spectrum just skyrocketed with the blood orange, the original one that I.
Yeah.
And then
my favorite things are all the spectrum stuff.
Yeah. And then it takes away from me having to wait for somebody to either process the distillate or charge me an arm and a leg to go through this whole scientific process of extracting these cannabinoids and then charging, you know what I mean, charging me up the ass. And I was just like, I can make the full spectrum myself, right? Yeah. We're literally in the middle of harvest right now. We've harvested 4 plants. I'll probably get easily 6 to 8 pounds off of the plants, right? I'm going to turn that all into RSO. It'll all be strain specific RSO. So by next year, you guys will be drinking like mango lemonade runs cookies or mango lemonade runs candy. You know,
I'm talking about
all these different evolution. Brain freeze. Like when I turn that brain freeze into distillate, these are strains that we've grown. When we start showing pictures either through Proper 28 or through Bebida Verde, you guys are gonna see we grew some fire fucking outdoor. Because now we're, excuse my language, but now we're in connection with Hydrotech Hydroponics, which is a hydroponics store here. So we've got everything at our leisure for growing. The type of herb that we grew this year, we were looking at High Times magazine when we were in high school, just dreaming about growing this shit. Okay. And that outdoor. So when our indoor is finished, it's gonna be even crazier. We got like Bloody Sunday going. We have original strains like White Rhino. I've got a couple CBD, Charlotte's Web going. So those are straight. So imagine now I can get a CBD RSO. So now we'll drop a full spectrum RSO versions of the drinks too. Like this is not the end of it. This is the middle. I haven't even started with half of my ideas in regards to this juice. So yeah, we're gonna keep going. Strain specific, I believe, is the way to go, because a lot of people are telling me that A, it's good for sleep, but B, they don't want to be drinking it and falling asleep during the day. They feel tired, they feel sluggish. So I got to introduce a sativa drink and indica drink and then a hybrid drink, and then people can make a decision as to what they want. I can do, strain specific stuff. So
if you're already going that route, why wouldn't you go the whole full way, right? So instead of separating it just by sativa, hybrid, indica, go all the way and be like, this is, like you said, this is runs, this is brain freeze, this is
absolutely.
So that's an awesome evolution, and that makes me even more excited, bro. That makes me more excited than the new flavor that you're about to tell us about. So that's the next question that I have. What is coming out in the future for Bebida Verde?
Right now, I'm working on a watermelon passion fruit.
Yeah. Wow.
Sounds dope, man.
Watermelon passion fruit. And the watermelon, cold pressed watermelon, the passion fruit comes in a concentrate, but the watermelon is a cold pressed watermelon. So you're going to get fresh watermelon juice in there. And then I mix it with the concentrate. And that one, I've been using a 2-to-1 CBD to THC distillate. So you're going to get 2 CBDs to 1 THC. So you'll get a little high because it's more like 33% of each, 33.3% of each. So the THC is still a lot higher than the 2-to-1 CBDs that you're getting now, right? Because THC is 33%, whereas in the 2-to-1s that we're doing now, it's a lot less. It's very minute CBD just for absorption. That's all.
That's about it. So
you'll get a buzz, but it won't be like the full spectrum RSO.
And
so go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, the effects of the CBD are stronger, and you're getting a lot more benefits, right? So if you've got pain, existing pain, inflammation, all these different things, I've tried the drinks already. Like all that's a wash. I get a slight headache, I can take 2 sips of this beverage, and all that's a wash. It's all gone.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah, distillate's really good. I like it. I like using RSO because it's the whole plant. Imagine being able to get 100% of what you're not combusting when you smoke a spliff, right? Because you got to imagine you're burning away about, I'd say 45, even 55% of the good stuff out of the plant by combusting the lighter.
Crazy. People don't think about that. Yeah, they don't think about that at all.
They absolutely don't. What was your next question? Because I got one more surprise for you.
Okay, man. Came equipped. I love you, Juice. I love you, bro. No, what my thing was what I was gonna ask, now that we've kind of covered all of the different products and stuff as well, is there a fan favorite? Is there somebody?
Mango lemonade.
Oh, you knew right away. There was no debate.
There's no question. Mango lemonade, when you look at the numbers, is trumping everybody else.
Wow.
You got a little brother coming up behind them. Blood orange and guava is catching up, but it will never. I sell more mango than anything else. I can't make enough mango juice.
Oh my God, that's
if I go right now and make 300 mango juice, they'll be gone by Friday. The more I make is the more people take. It's just the way the universe works. It's the honest truth. If I don't have
more money, more problems.
If I don't have juice, nothing sells. If I just decide, I'm just gonna make a run of juice, it's gone within a few days. Somebody just magically hits me up and says, "Yo, I need XYZ," and then I'm like, "Oh, that work is just gone." But that's the way the juice has always been. It doesn't just sit around.
No,
yeah.
That's proper. That's super proper. And I thought it was important as well. I kind of asked you for our own information, but I think it would be good information to share as well with anybody out there or anybody who ends up listening to this piece. Is I was really surprised at the shelf life for the drinks. So the fact that you have these drinks and have them around for such a long time is really impressive to me. Let people know how long the drinks can actually last for, which I thought was super cool.
The funny thing is, listen, when we first started with Olaf and Sven, there was directions with the juice. It was 3 weeks in the fridge, 3 months in the freezer. And I had to tell everybody that, otherwise those drinks are going to spoil quickly. If you leave them on the shelf or on the table, they're going to spoil. Yeah. So then I went back to school and buy, basically going back to school, I went on Amazon and got some books on preserving. Preserve and pasteurize things, and I had no clue, right? And I got my food handler's permit, and I started really figuring out, how to do things with food and how to make it last longer, how to make juices last longer. So I learned how to pasteurize. So when I'm getting these cold pressed juices brought in from the company, I pasteurize them first, and then I have to preserve them with preservative, right? So right now I'm using vitamin C because of this whole COVID thing. I'm, trying to give people at least an extra shot of, some sort of minerals and vitamins along with the cold pressed juices. So I'm using vitamin C, which is a natural citric acid anyways, and it's a preservative, right? So it preserve the juices. And now I got the juice up to 9 months. The juice will actually last an entire year. I've got juice downstairs that's been down there for a year. The expiry date was like last year, November, and I could still crack them open and drink them. The issue is that the color starts to change after about 7-8 months, right? So, but they don't normally sit around that long. Just these ones that I keep to see how long they will really last. But if they're in the fridge, they'll last for forever. You know what I mean? They time.
Yeah. That's super impressive, and I think that's a huge selling point, because I know people that initially maybe wanted to do stuff like this, but they were afraid, am I going to be able to drink all of these before they spoil? But the fact that they can go that long,
they'll be fine. And right now is the best time to buy the juice. Why? Because you can just put them outside.
That's right. That's
right. You can just put them right in your garage, put them outside, put them on your balcony, because it's nice and cold outside. This is the perfect weather for juice. And when you pull a juice out of the box in this weather, it's just the best because it's just nice and cold.
Yeah. That's wicked. That's so wicked. Amazing.
We used to freeze them and then shake them up like a slushy and then just drink the slushy. And in the summertime, that was like the highlight of our life. We drank a lot of this juice.
That's not even ashamed to be like, yo, I was getting high on my own supply and I don't care.
Well, here's the funny thing is, like, I didn't mean to, right? But before, like, for the first 2.5, maybe 3 years of doing this, I would take a shot cup of everything that I made because I had to taste it and make sure there was consistency with the taste, right? Either more lemon, more lime, whatever. But now that I've done well over 20,000 hours of making this juice, I don't even taste it anymore because I used to I used to get high as shit, and that's when and the distillate, like, it was bad, man. Like, I was getting, and because you're taking a shot, you're taking a shot from like 6 different flavors you may have done in one day, but that one little shot, man, they add up. They add up. Yeah. And I personally still don't finish a bottle in one sitting.
Oh, really? next? Do you find that your tolerance has gone up after all of this time making the drinks?
My tolerance for smoking has definitely gone up. My tolerance for the juice has definitely gone up, but half a bottle and I can still be all right. Like, I'm good. I don't even need to finish the other for another day or two, maybe.
Wow.
Right? Even with my spliffs, I smoke a spliff, and my wife and I will share a spliff, but we share it throughout maybe a day or two. We'll out it down like just one spliff, but we roll like some big Bob Marley spliff. But you know, like we don't smoke. We don't need to. We get high as fuck too.
Yeah. But I was gonna say that I think that kind of speaks to the efficacy of the drinks. That the fact you don't have to box down a whole one to feel anything. They're so effective that you can do half and be good. You know what I mean?
That's why I put the chart on the side. I put that graph on the side for a reason, right? Like I'm the one that designed that. I got my label guy. I told him exactly what I wanted, and he designed it to a T. Because not everybody has the same tolerance level, right? So somebody who has a very low tolerance think they're gonna drink this like it's Kool-Aid, right?
I like how it's set where it's like drink this much, drink this much, drink this.
Yeah. That was definitely my main thing, was to kind of save my ass too. If somebody goes and gets fucked up off of it, flies off of the highway or something, at least the doctor will be able to look at the bottle and say, well, did you read this? And nobody comes back to me and says that I gave them something that they didn't know was in there. Right. The original labels didn't even have the ingredients on it. Right. And I had to let my boy know, like, you've got to put the ingredients on there, which he fought me against for quite a minute. But then I was like, listen, if anybody has an allergy to cinnamon, an allergy to pineapple, an allergy to anything, you've got to let them know what's inside there. We're not telling them like the portions. We're just telling them what it is.
It's not like you're giving away the whole recipe. That's, I'm sure, what he was concerned about, that we're giving away the recipe.
Yeah, absolutely. So I quenched that.
You made the smart choice. That was it.
You have to. I had, and even the child resistant caps, everything from top to bottom was designed to make it idiot proof. Everything that I've either seen people do, how I watch, go to people's house and see how they leave their cannabis around their kids. If you get chronic from me, it's all coming in child resistant packaging. My juice comes. I will not sell the juice if it's not in child resistant packaging. Because child is to see that you could be frying eggs and you look away for a second. Kids are fast.
Oh, right? Buddy, I know. I got twins. I know.
They take a quick sip, and I mean, you're babysitting and hope that nothing goes wrong for a hot minute, because you got to off. And I've seen, well, I haven't seen, but I've heard stories of what happens when you take edibles, and it's scary, right? And I don't want that for anybody. So I literally had to make these drinks idiot proof.
Yeah, no, but that's awesome, because having those ethics behind it just makes it a better product. And on top of that, it creates customer trust, customer loyalty, because they know you're taking that effort to do that. They appreciate that effort. You know what I'm saying? And that makes them want to continue to go back to you. So those ethical behaviors that you have behind your product, and the fact that you've gone through every step of it, like to validate for that type of ethics, is incredible. And again, I'm so proud to have you be a part of the Heightened Chef family, because it's the kind of business ethic that we want to promote. You know what I'm saying? And especially someone like yourself. Not enough people who look like us in this industry. So to have people like us doing these things at this level is so important to me. And I'm always going to be happy to
break, man. Like I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching videos of growers and shit. I'm like, yo, there's hardly any brothers that are growers. And I'm like, I've got skill. I don't care, man. You bring your camera around here, come videotape my shit. I don't care. Like,
there you go.
Dude, like, you know what I mean? Brothers got to know that it's okay. Like, we live in Canada. Grow your 4 plants, and if you want more than 4 plants, go. The government will give you 25 plants on your OHIP. If you guys don't know, I'll tell you everything about it. You can grow 25 plants, plus you still get your 4 recreational. So that's 29 plants. And it's all on, you don't have to pay a red cent. It's all on your OHIP.
That's it. That's incredible. That's incredible. Knowledge. Man's dropping knowledge. Man's dropping juice. Yo, dog, you're a real one. You're a real one, Bridget. Yo. Tell me what that next secret is. Now I my skin is crawling. You got to tell me what that next little secret is that you're gonna drop for us.
So I'm going to start working with some dry sift. The reason why I want to do dry sift is because it's solventless. We're using solvents to extract the trichomes from the plant right now, right? Which is a food grade ethanol.
Okay.
I've always had a personal issue with the food grade ethanol, but there was no other real way that I could think of to extract it and make an oil that I can then emulsify the juice with. But I do believe that I can do it with a dry sift by taking the buds, freezing the whole bud, and then knocking the trichomes off with dry ice.
Yes, I've heard of this method. I've heard of
off ice. I collect all the heads from the trichomes, and I believe I'll be able to then I want to say inoculate just because I'm starting some mushroom stuff, but it's not inoculate. Emulsify the into the juice, so it'll be a solventless THC beverage. Well, because I can do it with the CBD plants too.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, so an even cleaner version of an already immaculate.
Even
yeah.
Better high, still get all the benefits of the whole plant, and it'll be clean. Yeah.
Blowing my mind, Juice. You're blowing my mind, Juice. That's insane. I think you kind of dropped a little gem there just in what you were talking about for a second. And I saw that also you posted something where you were teaming up with someone who was doing stuff with psilocybin. And I wonder, is that an evolution that we may see at some point?
So I'll give you the whole rundown of the psilocybin. So I ran into this lady who grows mushrooms, and she intrigued me obviously because I've always been, I was a raver in high school. I love ecstasy, MDMA when I was younger.
Yeah,
and
I love my hallucinogens. I do.
Yeah. And mushrooms was always something that I loved because it's just a completely different vibe with the mushroom. So when she introduced me to psilocybin, she introduced it to me in a gummy form. The gummies are she uses beef gelatin, halal beef gelatin. So I wasn't really too keen on trying the gummies because I'm vegan.
Yeah.
So she gave me a bottle of the actual psilocybin extract that she does. So she does the ethanol extract as well.
Okay.
Right? Extracts the psilocybin from the mushrooms with ethanol. And she gave me a tincture that had, I'd say probably about 30% ethanol and then 70% psilocybin. I tried to mix that with the juice to drink it, and nothing happened. So I messaged her and I said, like, nothing really, I'm not really feeling anything. Maybe I should do more, blah, blah, blah. And she was trying to tell me about a mushroom callus. So when you take too much mushrooms, you get a callus and you have to stop for a few days so that you high again.
That's right.
So then I did.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, well, I'm using citric acid to kill molds and fungus in the juice and prevent them from inoculating the juice.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if citric acid is kind of counter affecting the psilocybin. So I messaged her that.
Yeah.
And she said, that's a possibility. It could be that. And I said, all right, so then this is not going to work. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to try these gummies. I know, what I'm saying, I shouldn't be eating them, but I got to know what this lady's talking about. She does these gummies in units. So 1 unit is roughly the equivalent of a gram of mushrooms, but I can't really say that because a gram of mushrooms,
Yeah.
It's my lights are about to go out on the plants. But so you can't really say a gram of mushrooms is equivalent to a gram of psilocybin because a gram of mushrooms still maintains a lot of the mushroom fiber. The mushroom fiber causes paranoia, causes sickness, it's what gives you the shits, stomach ache. That's all the bad part. When you're eating all those mushrooms, you're trying to get as much psilocybin in your body as you can. The unfortunate thing is you have to consume all that fiber. So she's extracting the psilocybin from the fiber, right? So she puts 1 unit in a gummy, in like a gummy worm. It's going to be the equivalent of if you were to take away all the bad aspects of when you have a bad mushroom trip and just take the good aspects, which is like the colors, the visuals, seeing, I'll tell you in a minute exactly what I went through, but so that's a unit. I ended up taking so I had drank some of the psilocybin earlier, nothing happened. I talked to her on that day and she said, well, what's the harm going to be? Try the gummies. If they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? And I said, well, okay, fine. I took a 10 unit, a 5 unit, and 2 units. So I took 6.
Whoa, buddy.
Once. One time.
Gobble them shits, bro. And remember, I had drank the tincture in the morning with some juice and nothing happened. So I was like, yo, let's get this ball rolling. Plus, she was saying, if mushrooms don't work, you have to take double the amount to get the high that you're looking for.
That's right. Your body builds very fast tolerance to that.
By the time I did probably say 5 units of the tincture that didn't work, now I got to do double. So I did triple. I went in my backyard and I sat down on a lawn chair, and I was barbecuing, and nothing for a minute, and within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, oh shit!
You're on the next planet. You're on another planet, bro.
I was still in my backyard. This is the thing with the psilocybin. I was still in my backyard, but imagine being able to be in. All I could relate it to is a Mario Kart game. Like imagine being in like a cartoonish kind of world where the plants are doing different things and the colors are different. They're reaching, they're talking. You can see in between the bark on the trees, you can see them moving in and out, like the plant is breathing, like
pulsing. Yes, I've got that before too.
But it's expanding and contracting, expanding. Yeah. In between the bark is like almost like bloodstreams. Right, like you can see the nutrients going through the bark of the tree itself. It was a very, very intense vibe.
Yeah,
my kids are playing and everything is just like so prim and proper, and I could fully function. I still was able to finish the barbecue. I still was, you know what I mean. I took care of everything in the backyard, and then everything else from that point on was just on a whole nother level.
Do you think that maybe it's possible for those things to make their way into drinks?
Yeah, I can figure it out. It's just a matter of who the fuck's gonna drink all that shit, because I don't want to get all fucked up trying to, what's gonna be the best recipe, right? So I need some testers. But,
hey, I'm right here. I will definitely guinea pig for you, broski.
All right, bet. So eventually, I don't know why I won't be able to figure it out, Yeah. But I think like based on the color of the psilocybin, the best ones to put it in that it's gonna mesh with the color is gonna be the sorrel and the ginger.
Whoa. I big up your sorrel to the max because I am not a sorrel fan. I don't like it. It's not my favorite thing, but your sorrel, I can actually drink it, which is incredible.
Oh, I'm glad you tried it, even though you don't like sorrel. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It is incredible. It was incredible when I had a chance to try that. It was dope. But yeah, that's cool. That's amazing.
Right now the gummies are available, but like I said, I want to make the juice because I want to be able to offer a vegan version. For whatever reason, the agar does not mix with the psilocybin either.
Oh, okay.
What we ended up really discovering is for some reason the alcohol that's left behind to make the tincture needs to be evaporated, because what she does is she pours the gummy, then she pours the psilocybin tincture, and she allows that to completely cure and evaporate. So all that alcohol is being evaporated.
Yeah.
Once that's removed, she puts another layer of gummy, so it's almost like a gummy sandwich. Right, but they're really fucking good. They mask the taste of the psilocybin very well, and man, all you need is about 7 to 10 units, and all that wicked high that you've looked for. If you ever tried mushrooms, you'll get it. You'll get it.
That's
for anyone that's vegetarian or vegan, I say like just throw that away for one day, and just understand that it's I guess if you want, rather than to waste the life of the animal completely, just take part in the parts that the animal gave up for this process for us to psilocybin until I can figure it out. But I will figure out how to make some sort of vegan beverage with this.
Yeah, I don't doubt you, bro. I don't doubt you. You're a scientist. Right? You're a mad scientist.
Yeah, dosing is the other problem. So it's like I gotta grow the mushrooms out. I gotta figure out their dosing, and I gotta probably stick with 1 or 2 strains that I know I can kind of calculate a proper dose for people.
Right. I know a lot of people seem to like the golden teachers. Golden teacher seems to be everybody's preference. I like the B plus. B pluses are okay. I've had penis envy. Sometimes it's a bit too strong, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Golden teachers, I think, is a good midway point for everybody who's looking to do that. Because I find I have
Yeah, those are like the popular ones right now. I
the
feel.
golden teachers. Yeah, I've had the albino ones before too. Those ones aren't bad either.
Yeah. So right now I'm working with KSSS and uncut penis envy.
Okay.
Uncut penis envy because it's the highest potential for psilocybin, even though it's very hard to grow. But you also get a lot fatter mushroom cores, right? The stems are a lot fatter, but the heads are very small. That's why they're called uncut. It's very hard to get four prints. It's very hard to get four. Nice. That's KSSS?
Yeah.
Nice. Those are proper. That's almost probably one of my favorites is the KSSS. But it's very difficult to grow. It's not anything like cannabis. It's very difficult to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the things that we're working on, man. I mean,
yeah, man, that's incredible, my G. Yo,
the rest whatever the on. So we've got plans and we're gonna fulfill the plans no matter what.
Big up to that. Yeah, man. And we're here to support you. Like I said, we are super proud to have you be a part of the Heightened Chef family. We want to big up anything that you're doing. So if you ever have anything new that's going on that you need us to promote, you can send it to us and we will big you up in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
An amazing work.
Man, for sure.
Yeah, man. We really thank you for blessing our guests with all of the drinks and stuff. So thank you to everybody who took part and was able to support you as well. And again, we'll definitely be doing more and more things in the future, my guy. No doubt. Whoa, how did you get a chance to eat the meal? Did you get a chance to eat the food?
I haven't yet. So we were supposed to go away this weekend and then we got scammed by an Airbnb chick. You know what I'm saying? Like she charged here. Yo, hear this one quickly. So she charged $5 for 2 nights, right? Which was all right. We didn't care. We were gonna go. We were gonna food there, whatever, and enjoy the food away from the kids and just have a weekend.
Yeah.
Then when the payment was accepted, we got something. We got the itinerary and the criteria. Get this, you're paid that money. She's trying to tell us there's 4 people living there and it's a shared location. There's a dog in there and cameras throughout the entire place. And we got all that happening. And then when we went to get a refund, she said she's not giving back the money.
Wow.
For that. So we're gonna go to a different place tomorrow, and then we're gonna cook all that stuff and do all the photos and everything with the juice and psilocybin and all that stuff tomorrow. So yeah, we'll exactly how it.
Make sure you take it up with Airbnb because they are having bad.
Oh, she's lucky. She's lucky I didn't get the address because I would have went straight gully on her apartment
and gone up there.
Straight gully. Gully. Give back my money. Talking about you're not my money back. We canceled before check-in.
Yes. Just go directly to Airbnb. Airbnb has to sort you out. They have to sort you out.
And then in this time, you're going to tell me that you have 4 other people that I don't know. They're not part of my circle. And I'm supposed to go spend 2 nights with these people in a common space where they're touching everything and going through the entire place. I've never even heard of people living in an Airbnb.
Yeah. What is this? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Just ethically, that should have been information that she gave in advance. Right?
Be on the profile. Like as soon as you look up that space, we should shared accommodation, pet, like all those things. That should be right there. Airbnb shouldn't have let that. You know whose bad that is? That's Airbnb's bad. Like I said, pick it up with them because
we'll figure it out. And if not, I'm telling you, the universe will take care of it because we were not. There was no ill intent on our part. So I just know, right? Like that's the way my universe works. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah, dog. Yo, I feel you on that. Like I said, I'm so glad we got to talk with us today because you were really demonstrating that you were on our vibe and you fit right in with the family, broski.
Yeah. I mean, when you know, and only some people know. They say 2% know, right? So
yeah, for real.
And we have to be together, especially in a time like now. You never know when we're gonna have to, form up and just get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing. And I'm glad that you'll be on the squad because we'll be having some tasty ass fucking drinks along the way. You know what I'm saying?
and you'll get some fire herb. We've been practicing growing vegetables and stuff. It's not all like if we really showed all the stuff that we grew this year, it's not just ganja we grew. Beer vegetables, we're figuring out how to propagate apple trees and stuff like that. Orange trees, how to winterize them and bring them back in the springtime and get shit that's not supposed to be growing here. I mean, we're figuring out a lot of stuff with all the things that we featured. Hey, we may have to leave and we'll start somewhere else and be self-sufficient. So people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. You gotta learn now because you're gonna be up week if you have to leave and try and start over and you don't even know, how to drink
or how to feed yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Right, and you're not a hunter. You're not a real killer. Most of these people would not be. There would be a lot more vegans if you had to hunt your own food. Let's just put it that.
100%.
A lot more people are not killers. They are not killers. They might
not ready to gut an animal and spill out its guts, and they're not ready for the things. They're lucky
spill your gut.
For real, yo.
Gotta be ready.
I'm so glad that we got to talk to you tonight, my bro.
Me too.
Blessings. Love is love. Thank you for joining us tonight, my guy. As soon as we get all of this stuff edited and stuff, we'll make sure to send you the links so that you can share it out as well. Because I think it's really important that people are able to put faces to these names and kind of have that kind of level of trust to hear how in-depth and how seriously you take this. It just puts me at ease with all your products. I will never have to worry about one of your products ever again because I know the care you put into it, my guy. So, and I think it's important that people know that. So as soon as we have stuff to put out there, we'll definitely share it with you so that you can share it as well. You know what I mean?
Dope. Yeah, man. Just let me know.
Always. Yo, love up.
Absolutely, yo. It's good seeing you. Good seeing you again, brother.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for us to link up and run a thing. Don't worry. That's going to be happening soon.
You already remember I told you about, we need to set that up underground style and just run it, man. Nobody can tell us nothing. When I was raving, listen, let me tell you something quick. When I was raving, we go downtown to a specific location and they would give you one of them little tiny playing cards. Remember those little playing cards? Yeah. That little EDB playing card had an address on it, and only a certain amount of people got that address, and we would go and we would rave the night away. If police came, DJ station left behind, speakers left behind, all the drugs drop, all the glow sticks drop. And if you ever went back to that location, you would find money, you would find drugs, you would find, there was it would just be an abandoned warehouse that somebody had found, or some father or some kid of his dad had an abandoned warehouse that was never used, and he had a rave in there.
We're meeting up at Nathan Phillips Square to take the bus to that party.
Well, yeah, those ones were different. Those ones are different because those had flyers. That's what they had flyers. That's what that's what like Congo Nati and those men were.
Yeah. That's not what just talking about the real deal things. Like you had to know somebody.
There was exclusive backward parties like on Isabella and shit, like Isabella parties and shit. Yeah, for sure. But those were the bigger raves.
Just have to go back to those days, man.
Yeah, I feel it because people are going to be dying to do stuff. Everybody's been cooped up for the last 2 years, so
of course, and everybody's
willing to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Do I have to have a passport or whatever? You know what I mean? Some people do, some people don't. But we still need to get it because 2 years ago that never meant anything. Anybody that doesn't want to be there shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's want to get out and get together and they just don't care. They know. You know what I mean? If we're going to get sick, we're going to get sick together. But we all know we're not going to. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So look, they can't get that energy between humans. You know what I mean? And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to separate that magnetic connection that we have. But there's a certain amount of people that in the inner circle that you can't disconnect us no matter how hard you try.
That's it. Bonds can't be broken. Certain bonds can't be broken no matter how far separated they are.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
All right. I won't take up any more of your time. Enough.
All good, my G. We can talk to you all night. But yeah, do your thing. Again, we're going to be linking up soon. Again, like I said, no doubt, we're going to link up and run a thing at least just to chill out. You know what I'm saying? And run some talks. And again, in terms of Bebida Verde, I'm always excited about what you guys have coming out. Heightened Chef has your back 100%, my bro.
Yeah, man. Stay tuned. I ain't done yet.
I know you're not.
I don't care what happens. I'm just gonna keep dropping them. Just keep dropping them. You know.
Yeah.
That
The watermelon passion fruit has my mouth watering, bro. Literally.
How many do they have? That's how many juice are gonna be.
Vibes.
All right, guys.
All right,
Stay
my
safe. I appreciate the time, guys.
Peace out.
Cheers.
That was our dude Bebida Verde chopping it up with us. Amazing stuff. Again, making it for another amazing episode of The Heightened Chef, episode 9, Cannabis Friendsgiving. Big up. Yeah, yo. I think that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. The artist panel went a little bit long, but that's okay, I think. I still think that.
Scotch in the bitch. You can call me that Dosaki nigga. Philippa teeth on the wrist. Long arms and this water